Huge news for one of Pokemon Go's biggest events, the Pokemon Go Unova Tour has been announced. Quick highlights, special legendary raids, a new shiny mythical, a bunch of shinies, and so much more. There's going to be 2 live events for this, one in Los Angeles and one in Taiwan, with a free global one soon after. Let's get into it. We have a new shiny mythical Pokemon, Shiny Meloetta, is making its Pokemon Go debut. Your boy called it a few months ago. It's going down. It's going to be awesome. This is actually the second time ever in Pokemon history Shiny Meloetta is going to be released. Super exciting stuff. A new shiny mythical Pokemon that we have not seen much in Pokemon Go. And speaking of new shinies, Shiny Deerling is making its Pokemon Go debut at this event. Remember, there are 4 different versions of Deerling, so there's going to be 4 new shinies added to the game, plus their evolutions. And that's not it. We also have shiny regional Pokemon. Shiny Bouffalant, Sigilyph, and Maractus are making their debut. Those are some great shinies, really rare. Quick reminder, everything I'm talking about next is going to be for the live events in Los Angeles and in Taiwan. And you gotta know this, the Unova Tour live events are 3 days, February 21st, 22nd, and 23rd. Now the stars of this event are none other than Reshiram and Zekrom, which are probably also the stars of this entire new season of Pokemon Go. Very exciting legendary Pokemon and raids because Reshiram is incredibly useful, has a shiny, it's awesome, and the same for Zekrom, 2 great options. Now currently, that's all that's advertised for this event, but like we've seen with previous Go Tours, that's not going to be it. I'll tell you that right now. There's no way they don't add Kyurem to this event, but more specifically add the black and white versions of Kyurem to Pokemon Go when this event goes live. I bet we're going to get an announcement for that because we have seen these surprises revealed to us a little bit before the tour events, and they're always crazy. My bet, and I think everyone's bet, we're getting black and white Kyurem. It's going to be insane. Black and white Kyurem are incredibly dope and useful Pokemon, but don't forget, we had black and white Kyurem in Pokemon Go. Remember, last year they were accidentally released. I don't know how they got into the game. Someone made a huge mistake on the back end, but we have seen black and white Kyurem in Pokemon Go before. Now, granted, that was a huge accident. Those Pokemon were removed from the game and those players were compensated, but we've seen them in the game before, and now, hopefully, fingers crossed with the Unova Tour, we get them officially. And one more thing on black and white Kyurem, I kind of expect them to have an adventure effect. Kind of like last year at the Sinnoh Tour, we saw Dialga and Palkia get an adventure effect. I think the same thing happens with black and white Kyurem. I don't know what that could be. We'll have to see. I'm excited either way. We're also going to have Druddigon in 3-star raids and the Generation 5 starters in 1-star raids. To be honest, this does not sound like enough. I'm expecting a lot more surprises revealed before the event. And speaking of surprises, we have some more legendary Pokemon available through research. The incarnate forms of Tornadus, Thundurus, and Landorus are going to be available through research at this event. Now, if you guys remember last year, we had a Zelf, Uxie, and Mesprit appearing in the wild. It was a huge and exciting part about this event. The year before that, we had Latios and Latias in the wild. The year before that, we had Raikou, Entei, and Suicune in the wild. But for this event, there's no word on wild legendary spawning. I expect that to change. I would assume maybe the other versions of Landorus, Tornadus, and Thundurus might be around in the wild. That would be awesome. Very curious to see what they're going to do. We also have some new costume Pokemon during this event. Pikachu wearing 4 different costumes are going to be available. We have Hilbert's hat, Hilda's hat, Nate's visor, and Rosa's visors. Pikachu costumes gonna be available, gonna be shiny eligible, gonna be awesome. Also, as expected, Unknown are gonna be available on the incense, spelling out Unova. So A-N-O-U-V are gonna be available, all shiny eligible. There's some pretty rare shiny unknowns in there, like V, for example, and U. Those are gonna be good. Now let's talk about the spawns in this event. There's gonna be 4 different habitats. The first habitat looks pretty solid. All lot of rare shiny Pokemon, useful Pokemon, Drillbur in there, Axew, and of course, the new shiny Deerling is going to be cool. The next biome, again, all shiny Pokemon, some solid shinies in there like Pansage, Timber, and the new Deerling. The next habitat or biome, whatever you want to call it, is going to have some great ones in there. Darumaka, Rufflet, Emolga, and of course Deerling. And you guessed it, the last biome has good spawns, all shiny eligible with some pretty solid ones like Dino, Gollet, Litwick, and everybody say it with me, Deerling. Now let's talk about event eggs in 2 kilometers. Roggenrola, Timber, Carablast, Shelmet, and Larvesta. Nothing really crazy in there, but Larvesta in 2-kilometer eggs is always a good W. That is one of the rarest shinies you can get. 5-kilometer eggs, Throw, Sawk, Heatmore, Durant, and Larvesta. A lot of good regionals in there, a lot of great shinies. Obviously, again, we have Larvesta. And in 10-kilometer eggs, Maractus, Sigilyph, Bouffalant, and Larvesta. 3 new shinies in there, and all hard shinies to get. Those are going to be the bangers to go for. We also have the new costume Pikachus in snapshots, so if you guys want to go get those new costume shinies, make sure you get them there. There's going to be a big special research available during this event. I'm assuming it's the same one that you get the shiny Meloetta from, but maybe there's going to be an additional one because this one is actually going to be tied to Reshiram and Zekrom, so maybe this is where you get some Kyurem stuff. We'll see. And speaking of research, there's going to be fun-filled field. Wow, how do you say this? Fun-filled field research. That's so many Fs. It's gonna have the 4 costume Pikachu in there, the 4 different Deerling in there, and both striped forms of Basculin, both shiny eligible. Now, technically, this shiny Basculin is not gonna debut at this event. It's actually gonna be released in an event somewhere before it, but it's still gonna be fairly new and still really rare. Also, apparently, Basculin encountered will have an increased chance of being extra small or large. Cool, who cares? Okay, now this is new and exciting. They've never done this before. Explore Los Angeles. Battle your way through LA. Event Pokestops will appear at metro stations. Quick pause in the video. I misspoke when going over this, so I'm going to redo it really quick. Here we have the metro stations new feature that is going to be both in New Taipei and in Los Angeles at the metro stations. The Shadow Pokemon are going to be available from Grunts are Shadow Roggenrola, Shadow Drillbur, Shadow Timber, Shadow Joltik, Shadow Litwick, and Shadow Gollet. Very exciting and strong Shadow Pokemon. No shiny shadows though. And also they're going to have special event 12-kilometer eggs that are going to reward Sandile, Mindfu, Pawniard, and Vullaby. The eggs are not worth it. I'm not walking 12 kilometers for any of those Pokemon. Granted, they are technically rare shinies, but I'm good. But now we got to talk about the bonuses of this event because they're always banging. There's going to be an increased chance of encountering shiny Pokemon, half hash distance for eggs, 6 special trades a day, half stardust cost for trades, and 9 daily raid passes when you spin stops and gyms. Also, as usual, you can add on to your paid ticket and get the Raid Lover, Egg Enthusiast, or Citywide Gameplay add-ons. I really encourage everyone gets the Citywide Gameplay add-ons. If you're gonna be at the live event, you're not gonna want to miss out on the spawns before and after your play day, so make sure you guys get that and enjoy even more. Also, encounter dynamic duos via party play. There's gonna be party challenges that are gonna award Throw, Sock, Heatmore, and Durant. That's cool. I don't know if that's exciting enough for me to play in a party. I'll do it anyways, but whatever. And like last year, dive into routes. Basculin with the red and blue striped form will appear more frequently on the routes throughout the city during this event. Shiny eligible as well. As you guys can see, the live events are going to be absolutely stacked. That was a lot going on and they're so much fun. If you guys haven't seen the adventures last year, it was a ton of fun. There was so much going on. Everyone loved it. Now a quick pause here. Again, I'm expecting some more announcements to be added to this like we've seen in the past with the other tours. Because if this is all we're getting for the Unova tour, it's cool. I'm going to enjoy it, but it is nowhere near as hype as last year. So I am expecting some surprises and some additions to this event. Fingers crossed I'm right, because right now it might not seem super crazy like it was last year. And that's everything you're gonna get for the live events in Los Angeles and Taiwan. But now let's talk about the free global Unova tour. So real quick, the global Unova tour is not 3 days long. It's actually gonna be 2 days on March 1st and March 2nd. Honestly, as far as major features go, it's a lot of the same stuff you're gonna see at the live events, which is a huge W. There's only a few differences that I'm noticing. One of them being you're not gonna get that event research that rewards you with Thundurus, Tornadus, and Landorus, so you're missing out on that. Okay, not a big deal, cool. It also looks like the event spawns are gonna be different for the global and live event habitats, so, you know, not a big deal, but there's gonna be some differences there. Quick pause in the video here. I forgot to mention that the 1-star raids for global are going to be the 4 costume Pikachu, so instead of the Generation 5 starters, you're gonna have the costume Pikachus and raids. Kinda better, to be honest. Anyways, let's get back to it. The eggs seem to be the same, and even the fun-filled field research seems to be the same, so I'm not really sure what the difference is here. You're still gonna get Unknown and the Incense. The costume Pokemon are gonna be available. A lot of the same shinies, actually all of the same shinies are gonna be around. There are not that many differences in this event, so don't feel too bad if you guys can't attend one of the live events, because the global event is free and you're getting a lot of the same stuff. At least for now. We don't know what the full thing is gonna look like. Although I'm noticing that the bonuses for the global event are not gonna be as crazy as the live event. That makes sense. And that's all we know for now. The Unova tour is going to be a blast. I just know it. I have a feeling there's going to be more added to this. This just seems a little bit too vanilla at the moment. I think we're going to get Black and White Kyurem, potentially some more adventure effects, potentially some more surprises when we get there, because last year was a blast. I mean, playing in the wild, doing the raids, the experience in the actual park, it was epic and everyone had a good time. So I'm expecting the same this year. Let me know in the comments down below what you guys think and what you're looking forward to most. And of course, if you guys have any more predictions, leave a like on the video if you guys enjoyed, subscribe if you guys haven't already, and I will see you guys in the next one.